Hey everyone, Doctor of Science stuff here. Ooh, I'm showing a little bit of cleavage. But I wanted to talk to everyone today about height. Like, how did we get so that we're as tall as we are? What's up with that? And it all started, as you've learned through many of these videos, like not a time ago. Like the Earth was pretty young. It was like in grade school, but people hadn't been invented yet. And God and the devil, they're like shooting some pool as they were off to do, because there wasn't a lot going on back then. And so God, he's been mulling over this whole people thing, and he's bouncing some ideas off the devil. A little chit chat during some 9-ball. And, he's like, how tall should people be? And the devil's like, hey, I'll bet you like $10 on this game of 9-ball. And God's like, what? We're not even talking about that right now. And so God's like, how tall should people be? And the devil's like, listen, 10 feet tall. And God's like, 10 feet? That's the stupidest thing I ever heard. And the devil's like, oh, really? How's this? And God's like, and the devil's like, yeah. And God's like, what is that? And the devil's like, now that's no longer the stupidest thing you heard. 10 feet. And God's like, that still doesn't make it not dumb. And the devil's like, how is that dumb? And God's like, well, then everyone's going to slam dunk the basketball all the time. We need some guys to heave the rock from 3. And the devil's like, are you making this up right now? And God's like, it's going to be basketball. I'm going to invent it. And the devil's like, well, I tell you what, you invent basketball, I'll invent gambling. And God's like, fine, that sounds like a win-win. So how about height? And the devil's like, we got to get how tall is the Doctor of Science stuff going to be? And God's like, I don't know, like 5'9". And the devil's like, make that average, because I hate that guy. And I need to know where to put the BlackBerry to try to rip his face off. And God's like, you do you, devil. And that's how it happened. 5'9" is average for guys. Ask me anything.